Hey guys, welcome to health class. Today we are going to keep moving on in our health books, and today we're going to be talking about mixed foods. You're probably thinking, what are mixed foods? It's when you have more than one food group in one thing. So we are going to be talking about these two pages, and as you can see, there's a pizza right there which has multiple food groups in one thing. So we're going to talk about that today. You are going to need a pencil and an eraser once you have all that. And of course your booklet. I keep forgetting the main things involved. Go ahead and grab that and get ready to learn about mixed foods. Alright, we're going to be learning what mixed foods are. So it says at the top, we're on page 10. You should see the purple at the top. It says a mixed food is made up of foods from more than one food group. And sometimes there's an extra food. Circle all the food in the groups or extras that the food in each picture represents. Now sometimes we can't really see in it, but they have it written down, so that's really what we're going to go by. So for example, this is a burrito, okay? It has the tortilla, and that's part of the bread group, the grain group. Then it has beans, which is part of the meat group, and then it has cheese, which is part of the dairy. So if you can tell, that's all colored. Now, I think I'm going to color mine in instead of circle it so you guys can see it a little bit better. Maybe I'll go down. There we go. Okay, so macaroni and cheese. So macaroni is the type of noodle. So what group is that in? That is in your grains. So you can circle that or you can color that in. And cheese, of course, is from the dairy group because it's made out of milk. Okay? Now think of a bowl of cereal. There's a lot going on in this cereal. So the actual cereal itself looks like corn flakes or frosted flakes, and that is actually going to be a grain. And then milk, that gives you the clue. It's from the milk group, the dairy group. And then there's berries. There's strawberries and looks like blueberries, so that's part of the fruit group. Okay, and let's look at the stir-fried rice. Now we know rice is considered a grain. Okay, ham and eggs are both in the same group, and that is the meat, the protein group. And then vegetables, that one's a huge giveaway because it's in the vegetable group. Okay, you guys kind of see how to do this? Now we have a cheeseburger here. They have the hamburger patty. This part right here, what is the patty made out of? It's made out of ground beef, which is part of the protein group. Okay. The cheese is made out of milk, so it's part of the dairy. And then the hamburger bun. This fluffy part on top is out of the grain group. Now, if they would have added some lettuce or tomato, then we could have some vegetables. But they didn't. They went plain, just like I like my hamburgers, just plain Jane. All right, quesadilla. Tortilla is out of the grain group. And cheese is out of the dairy group. Okay. Breakfast sandwich. I love a good egg McMuffin or sausage McMuffin. Alright, so it has the English muffin. This is the bread on the top and the bottom. And that is a huge clue for us because that's from the grain group. Egg and ham, remember, from up here, they're in the same group. They are in the protein group. And then the cheese is from the dairy. Okay. Here, a taco. Love tacos. The tortilla, the shell is made out of corn tortillas or flour tortillas, and that's from the grain group. The meat is from the protein group because it's meat. Tomato and lettuce are from the vegetable group, and cheese is from the dairy. Okay. And we have cheese pizza. You know I love a good pizza. So pizza crust, that is made out of a dough, and it is from the grain group. Tomato sauce, because it's made out of tomatoes, is from the vegetable group. And then cheese is from the dairy group. Now, pizza's not always, even though it has these things, pizzas and quesadillas, they're not always the best to have all the time. But it does have some, it has some nutrients. So if you have like some vegetables or fruit for dessert with this, you should be hitting all your nutrients. Okay? Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. One of the best parts about having these is I get to eat them for lunch, because when we're in school I can't have peanut butter, and peanut butter is my favorite. Okay, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So the bread, of course, there's a picture of a bread for the grains group. Jelly, or I'm sorry, let's start there. Peanut butter is made out of nuts, so that is here in the protein. Do you guys remember what I said about jelly? Jelly is made, even though it has some fruit products in it, is made out of a lot of sugar. So it is an extra. Noodles and vegetables and chicken. So the noodles are from the grain group. Vegetables are from the vegetables. And chicken is from the meat group. Baked potato with broccoli and cheese. Okay, so baked potato is part of a vegetable group. Now, I love a good potato, but sometimes I make it a little naughty when I put like butter and salt and cheese in it. It makes it not as healthy, but potato is a vegetable. And so is broccoli. And cheese is a dairy. Okay. Now it says, write a complete sentence explaining the mixed foods. So we can take what we learned off the top and we can write it here to reinforce it in our brain. A mixed food is made up of more than one food group. Okay, you can write it actually bigger if you'd like. I just wasn't sure if I was going to take up more room. Okay, so I want you to think about it when you're eating breakfast or lunch or dinner, what you're eating and where it fits in these food groups. Remember, extra is an extra. These are the 5 food groups. That one's an extra, okay? So go ahead and flip your paper over. All right, this page is going to be graded, so make sure you're doing your very best. It says we often eat foods that are mixed foods, meaning they include more than one food group, like a sandwich or a burrito. How many food groups are on this ham, pineapple, and mushroom pizza? Okay, so it's pointing to things, and I'm going to tell you what it's pointing to, but on the lines you need to tell me what food group it is. So this one right here is pointing to the cheese. I'm going to write it underneath. So on the top of this line, you're going to tell me what group the cheese is from. This one is pointing to the pineapple. So on top of this line, you're going to write what group the pineapple is in. This one is mushroom. This one is pointing to the crust. And this one is pointing to the ham. Now, the reason why I'm telling you where it's pointing to is because sometimes with this worksheet in 2nd grade, I've realized sometimes we don't know exactly what it was pointing to. So on top of all these lines, you're going to write what food group these belong to. Then, here it says draw a picture of a mixed food that you ate today. So either breakfast or for lunch or even dinner. You're going to draw it out and write the name of the food on the line. So if you had tacos, you're going to draw a taco. You're going to write tacos. Then you are going to write what is in each. So what did you have in your taco? You had a shell, you had meat, you had beans, lettuce, tomato, cheese. And then you're going to write what food group each of those items are from. Okay? This will be graded. Make sure you do your best on this. Okay? If you have any questions over this, let me know.